Hello, this is Jenny from Healing the Wounded Heart. Can you imagine what it would be like to live in a place where there are no windows? It would be terribly dark and depressing, wouldn't it? Windows bring light to any room. My hallway and bathroom do not have windows, so I have to always turn the light on when entering the bathroom, otherwise I just can't see properly. Just as windows are important where we live, so are windows of the soul. They bring life, encouragement, and hope to us, especially when facing great difficulties. We may be going through something terrible, but the sun is still shining above the clouds. Jesus is still there as Lord over our lives and circumstances. At times we can find it so hard to look for a window of light. That's when we need to remember all that the Lord has done for us in the past, and to remind ourselves that He will not abandon us now. There is always something that we can thank God for. Things like food, shelter, family, friends, and yes, even the weather. These are like little windows reflecting His light and love into our lives. Do you remember the occasion when Daniel in the Old Testament, on hearing the news that a decree had been issued, which meant that no person was allowed to worship any god or man apart from King Darius for 30 days, and if anyone broke this decree, they would be thrown into the lion's den? Did Daniel cower in fear and cover the window of his home up with a piece of black cloth and then hide in the dark? No. Daniel chapter 6 verse 10 tells us this. Now when Daniel learned that the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room where the windows opened towards Jerusalem. 3 times a day he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he had done before. This shows us that Daniel was not going to be intimidated by the words of man. No, he was going to remain faithful to his God. This also reminded me that Daniel chose to look to the light and the love of God. When we hear bad news, our very often natural response is to cower in fear and darkness. But Daniel here is encouraging us to look to the light and the love of God. May we do the same in our lives. God bless you. Amen.